Good morning, afternoon, and welcome back to Universal Studios Hollywood. Today we're starting our update inside of the park because there's not a whole lot going on outside, but we have a lot of updates here today inside of the theme park, so let's get rolling. Today is a very big day for Halloween Horror Nights because Murdy just tweeted that they start rehearsals tonight at Monstrose. So that means we're probably gonna see some scare actors running around the maze. But I wanted to start my updates over here because I noticed something very new. And it's that we have speakers located above the studio store going all the way down to that side of the park. And it's not just on that side, it's on this side as well. And I'm really hoping that they start implementing more atmospheric audio rather than just dubstep. Like, it would be really cool if we hear like wind and like creepy noises while walking into the park. I feel like since we don't really get like decorations and whatnot anymore at Horror Nights, it'd be cool if they start decorating in a different way with audio. Not only audio, but also projection effects. How cool would it be if instead of, well, we don't get decorations in general, but instead of decorations, they started implementing projection effects on all the facades through New York Street and walking up to New York Street. And we have one piece of decoration that has gone up, this time for chainsaw saws, or chainsaw punks, my bad. This is one of the scare zones while you enter the theme park. And it looks really, really cool. You could see that it has the scare zone name over here on the side. Yeah, it looks really nice. See some graffiti and some chainsaw graffiti as well, and white walls on those tires. This was previously the Sweet Licks truck, or like mini car. Now it has all this awesome artwork around it. It's looking great. Let's continue with our updates further into the park. Now right above Hollywood and Dine, we have lighting rigs already set up. I think this is done at this point. They added 2 additional source 4s onto the little rig, and then some strobes in the middle of that rig on every side. Now they haven't talked about food quite yet, but I'm sure within the next like week or two they're gonna talk a lot about Horror Nights food. That's actually the only announcement we're waiting for, food, as well as the bars, and whatever is going in DreamWorks Theater if they do that again this year. But still no confirmation if we're getting a bar in Lumley Court. They did this last year and I thought it was successful. I saw it pretty busy, especially around the show times for The Purge, Dangerous Waters. But eventually we'll definitely know if they're gonna put a bar here once they start clearing out these tables and chairs. Otherwise, we don't have anything else going on in this area of the park. Just some more lighting and source 4s set up above the facades. I also really have to mention today, it seems a little windy right now, but it's super hot, especially right under the sun. So I'm kind of avoiding the sun right now. I'm taking like small little breaks in the shade. Still no fire towers. We'll see those go up closer to the event's beginning, as well as the decorations that come with that. They usually set that up, I don't know, like a week and a half before the event starts. All right. Let's take a look at the plaza and see if we have any new decorations since yesterday. So you could see that underneath that massive covering, they have the bar taking shape now. Getting very close to finishing up with this. They reuse it basically every year now, so it doesn't really take them that long. You can see that they do have some masking tape as well as some like plastic wrap set up over there. So it seems like they're gonna start painting that side of the plaza very, very soon, probably within the next day or two here. I was gonna acknowledge this yesterday, but I completely forgot. But they changed up the little display in the middle of those 2 returning scenic props. Now it seems like there's a casket in the middle, and it's like a little Dia de los Muertos display, which is really cool. They have some painted skulls in there, some awesome cultural decorations. And then I was looking over here, and yeah, there's a projector right over there. So we'll see a little projection effect inside of the Plaza de los Muertos. And then I remember yesterday I was also talking about those string lights that hang from each lamppost here. I totally forgot that instead of string lights, they have like little banners throughout the entire Plaza de los Muertos, and they have like special lights and stuff, so they do fill up the plaza just a little bit. You know what's crazy? They already have the slushy machines for the frozen margaritas, and I was looking very closely onto this one over here, and there's a little icy sign on it, so they repurpose some of their icy machines to serve frozen drinks as well, which is interesting. And then they installed a bunch of new lighting above these little trusses, the little lighting trusses. These are new, these weren't here yesterday. They've added a little bit of detail on this side. You can see that they added like a little wagon, and there's some skeleton parts in there, or just one piece of a skeleton in there, which is interesting. And yeah, facade's looking nice. I'm pretty sure they're like basically done. There's a few things that need to be plugged in, like there's a mini spotlight here that's not plugged in, and then there's another spotlight up in there that's not plugged in. So there's a few little things that they still need to do, but other than that, they're basically done. Take a break from the sun from time to time. It's really bad right now. It's like the worst position for it to be. Outside of them installing all the lighting, these have been installed, but they also added more lighting on the ground. These usually point down to the ground, and then it creates a pretty cool illusion with the fog. No fog machines located on site yet, but we'll probably see those go up next week or the week after. Trying to avoid the sun at all costs. Like, it's really bad. It's really burning my face. One of you guys commented or mentioned that you wanted me to highlight some of the signs that they have. Apparently one of them doesn't translate to something that makes sense. So I don't know exactly which one that is, but I'll quickly move past these signs that they have. These are some of the newer signage that they added maybe 2 or 3 days ago. The other posters have been here for a while. Let me check this one over here. Nothing like crazy new with the coaster since yesterday. I mean, wasn't really expecting anything to change within one day, but that's been the trend. Like every day we show up, we see at least one thing that's new, a part of this coaster. But only thing new that I'm seeing is a new piece of like coaster support on the bottom half of that. It's very small, but it's right here. That's the only thing that's new in my eyes. You could take a look down from here as well. I'm not sure if they've changed anything down here. And nothing crazy, but they did fill in those coaster footers. We saw them doing this yesterday, and I think they're just waiting for these to dry up. Usually they work until like 8 or 9 at night, but today's Friday, so maybe they're off a little bit early. I've also noticed that they only work from Monday through Saturday. I don't think I've ever seen a construction worker on a Sunday. Maybe, but I never see progress from like, I usually visit the park on Saturday and then I wait till Monday. There's usually nothing new. But yeah, coaster's looking good. We'll talk more about that in the next update. Today is actually such a busy day in the park. The park was supposed to close at 7, but they extended the hours by a little bit. They extended it to 8, so the park closes an hour later than expected. But even with the 8 o'clock closure, I still feel like that's a little early considering how busy it is. I think right now the average wait time is like close to 60-70 minutes. We saw this in the last update. In case you missed it, they set up some lighting trusses over here in this like little hub in front of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. Usually we do have lighting like this set up here, but we don't have any more permanent structures for them to attach the lighting rigs on. So they've set up temporary trusses around this little hub. Okay, right now I'm gonna walk over to the studio tour. The last studio tour goes at 6:15, and that's in 30 minutes, so I'm gonna walk over there now. Lots of people exiting off the tram right now. 15-minute wait, which isn't bad. Luckily, it's past 3 o'clock, so I can actually use my express for once. I haven't been able to use my express in such a long time because I've been coming at park opening to get the latest updates, but they've been working a lot in the middle of the day, so I think I'm gonna have to switch up my updates towards the evening, which is unfortunate, but you know, we gotta do what we gotta do. Are these Christmas lights already? It's way too early. I mean, they're all set up. Look at this. They're on every single palm tree.
Too far from the theme park, let's go over some safety rules. First, if you need guest assistance, as soon as it's safe for me to do so. Otherwise, during the entire tour, please remember to remain seated and keep your arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times. X, starring Emmy Award winner Jean Smart. And now it is home to Bel Air, which is the dramatic retelling of the Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
Any kind of environment. For the past 60 years, studio tour visitors have driven right by these buildings, and inside these walls, the sets from your favorite TV shows and movies are transporting the audience in anywhere the imagination can take you. Even to a palatial mansion in the lot.
Alright guys, now we're approaching the Terror Tram drop-off. And
we got some construction going on for
this
Halloween
huge
horror
facade
nights.
for
If you want to
Blumhouse.
hang out in this part of the backlot, come visit us for Terror Tramp. We also have the original Glamour Tram on your left, as well as some
Look at
picture
that.
cars. Now, what is a picture car?
Oh.
Picture car is any vehicle that you see on
Whoa.
camera, so it doesn't have
It looks
to
like
be
we
a
might
car.
be
So if you're
walking
on a movie
into
set,
this.
they'll
They
say,
have
"Bring in
pickets
the
set
picture
up.
car," and that could be a helicopter, that could be a
Still
submarine,
some stuff
that
left
could be a
off from
tram.
the
You never
60th
know.
anniversary, like the Jaws shark over there. It looks like we're
Now,
gonna be
we are
walking
headed to my
through
favorite
this.
spot
They should
to
turn this
sleep
into like a
whenever I
gauntlet
book the
scare
nation.
zone.
We got
That'd be
12
really cool.
rooms. Beds, they're not very comfortable.
See if they
but
have anything else set
showers,
up.
They are absolutely to die
It's
for.
actually gonna be our first time
Welcome
doing
to
the
the
Terror
Bates
Tram without
Motel.
going around the Bates Motel from this side. Instead, we'll be entering from over there. Since we're lacking Jupiter's Claim, it's gonna be a very condensed version of the Terror Tram, but I heard it's gonna be a lot better this year. They have some of those soundproof walls already up.
Hitchcock.
Oh wow, big update over here. Another Blumhouse facade.
Now these sets that we just pulled into, these are from the 2005 Alien Invasion film by Mr. Steven Spielberg, titled War of the Worlds.
I have a lot of lighting fixtures set up this time. I don't think I've ever seen this many set up for Terror Tram. There's a lot set up. Seems like we're going to be walking through a lot of Blumhouse house facades. There's yet another one over there.
Now speaking of alien invasions, we are headed to the sets from Jordan Peele's most recent film titled...
That's not it. There's more.
No.
There's more. Wait for it.
Now
Wait
this
for
is
it.
a sensory experience.
There it is.
Welcome to Jupiter's Claim.
They're cutting it very close. We're only a month away from Horror Nights starting once again.
Work together to take an impossible mission.
Less than a month away. Starts in 3 weeks.
Jupiter's Claim.
This is probably where the tram pickup drop off will be. Kind of an interesting spot. Still working on some lighting.
Over there, look
Everyone's hard at work. I have some more of those sound barriers over there. So we'll probably see those installed along this walkway probably within the next 3 days. Not exactly sure what they're going to be setting up over here in Jupiter's Claim. This will be VIP or RIP tour exclusive. They've already set up speakers and mini spotlights on the porches of these facades. I wonder if we'll see any future Blumhouse characters. I know Blumhouse is currently working on a Wolfman film. It'd be really cool to see him walking around this area. I'm sure they'll have the Tethered and maybe some other character meet and greets from different Blumhouse films. But they're getting ready. We don't I'm not sure how they're gonna execute these photo ops. I don't know if it's just gonna be walk around characters or if it's gonna be different.
That key and be out of here. You might be asking yourself, does she have any more Jordan Peele puns? Nope. Now those sets and those sound effects are an integral part of the film, and note, and it may not make as much sense to you if you haven't seen it. So definitely
they have a ton of barricades set up over there in the back.
So one final reminder to stay seated, hold on tight to those Universal Studios Hollywood app. That way you can check wait times for all of our rides, show times for waterfront. You can see our park hours, and you can mobile order food on the app. If you're interested in purchasing a Universal Television,
it's just about to be 7 p.m. now, and wait times are still pretty heavy. I would say it's like medium right now. Look at Secret Life of Pets though, 75 minutes. What? And is doing pretty good. 15 minutes isn't bad. It's a pretty steady moving queue. Mario Kart at 50 minutes, which isn't horrible. Alright guys, I think I was patient enough. We did a quick live stream for like 25 minutes in front of Monstros. Still no lights, but that's okay. We're probably gonna see some lighting tests as we get closer to the event starting. To all the scare actors that are involved with the event, have a good and fun season. And this is where I wrap up my vlog for the night. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode of JP Land. I'm JP Land, and how they say in the movies. That's a wrap. I'll see you guys in the next one.